Hello everyone, hope you guys are having a great day. It is March 23rd, and today I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about this week's potential severe weather outbreak. It's going to be kind of a multi-day event, similar to what we had last week, but there is going to be a few differences, and we're going to be talking about that. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. So this is our day 2 outlook for tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 24th, and we can see the SPC has a slight risk outlined for areas of southern Arkansas, western Mississippi or northwestern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, northeastern Texas, and southeastern Oklahoma. And we have a marginal risk going from central and even southern Texas over to the Gulf Coast. This is for tomorrow, so pretty interesting severe risk. Cities in the slight risk is Shreveport, Little Rock, Tyler, Texas, Longview, Texas, and Bossier City. I think that's what it is, or that's how you say it. Now, day 3, which is Thursday. Thursday looks to be the most interesting day as of right now, and it's probably going to stay that way. In fact, most likely Thursday is going to be the worst day. We have an enhanced risk in a pretty similar area to where we had the tornado outbreak last Wednesday. And although this week it is Thursday, so it's a week and 1 day later. We have an enhanced risk for northeastern Louisiana, most of Mississippi, western and northwestern Alabama, southwestern Tennessee, and eastern Arkansas. And cities in that enhanced risk is Memphis, Birmingham, Jackson, Huntsville, and Tuscaloosa. And we have a slight risk surrounding that for cities like Atlanta. I think Nashville's in the enhanced, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Nashville's in the slight, all right. And then we have Little Rock in the slight risk, Shreveport. And in the marginal risk, we have areas like Columbus, Ohio, almost Indianapolis. And it's pretty much it in the marginal risk. The marginal risk extends pretty far north also. So this is a little bit of a different setup than we had last Wednesday. Our low is going to be further to the north, most likely. And that's going to allow for our warm sector to get further to the north. So we're going to have a chance of severe weather much further to the north than we did a few days ago. Or not a few days ago, but last Wednesday. When we had the high risk, it's going to be a lot further north. We're going to have severe weather as far north as Ohio. So pretty significant, pretty large area under this risk also. So let's go ahead and talk about tomorrow real quick. We're not going to look at it too much because I don't have a whole lot of time tonight. I'm kind of busy with school stuff. But let's take a look at this. So let's go to dew points. So we can just look at where our surface low is and look at where our fronts are. So we're going to go out to tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We can see we have a pretty simple setup here. We have a surface low kind of right here. Could help to bring in some lift with that. And dry line right here. We have a cold front or some kind of stationary boundary right here. It kind of stalls. And then very nice warm sector right here. Dews in the 60s and 70s. 70s in southern Louisiana right there. You can see in that purple shade. So pretty moist air tomorrow. We have plenty of moisture. Moisture is not going to be a limiting factor for severe weather tomorrow. We got a mixed layer cape also. Take a look at instability. And I'm sure we have plenty tomorrow. And yeah, we have a lot. So we have around 2,400, maybe 2,500 in some areas with instability tomorrow. So it's pretty significant. Let's go over to surface-based lifted index. Very helpful. I can kind of show you where you have the best lift. You can see we have a lot of it tomorrow. We have really, really high lifted index right here in western Louisiana and eastern Texas. Now, I'm not expecting the most severe weather right there. I'm expecting it kind of along this boundary right here. That's where the SPC has that slight risk. That's where I'm kind of expecting the most to be. Right along that boundary. Yeah, right there. So that's the setup we have tomorrow. We're not going to go too in-depth tomorrow because I don't have a whole lot of time, like I said. But we're going to go look at Thursday for most of the video. Because Thursday could be a potential tornado outbreak if we get the right setup here. Now, there's a few limiting factors. We're going to kind of talk about that. So this is simulated reflectivity. Let's start off by looking at this. So you can see Wednesday. Nothing too big Wednesday in the southeast, but Thursday is when it gets interesting. We can see we have a surface low that ejects to the northeast, and the NAM indicates kind of a line of storms along this pretty strong cold front going from Jackson up to almost Huntsville. I mean, take some soundings with it. This is in northwestern Alabama. This is a really good sounding. A lot of instability. Actually, in some cases, we have more instability on Thursday than we did last. Wednesday. We have plenty of moisture. Dew point of 67. The shear is really good when you have winds veering of height almost the whole way up. And that Hodo looks really nice. That is exactly, or not exactly, but that's a good looking Hodo. Now the critical angle is only 49, which that's not that good, but that's still manageable. And this is a PDS Taurus sounding, which that's not really important though. So definitely looks like we could, if we have a moderate risk, I'd say it will go in probably for kind of this area. It's kind of a weird shape. That's not exactly right where I'd put it, but just by taking a few quick soundings, that's where I'd probably put it if I was doing it now. I'm not the Storm Prediction Center, though. The Storm Prediction Center, they know a lot about this kind of stuff. So we're all to see where we will have to see where they put their moderate, but I think they're going to put it probably kind of in this area here. Is kind of my opinion. And I mean, this is during the day, Thursday. This is before dark. Take a sounding right here. This is still, once again, a very good sounding. We have a lot of instability. 2,500 CAPE. 70-degree dew point. And that Hodo looks really good. Now, this is a limiting factor. So if you guys notice, or actually, let's go over to, we're going to look at CIN here. Just to talk about, this is going to be probably a pretty significant limiting factor. If it is a limiting factor, this is going to be the most important one. So we can see capping, so CIN, that kind of indicates how much capping we have. It kind of melts away at around 12 and 15 Z in that area, and we have very high dew points and a lot of lift. So we could get too much early or kind of morning convection that could ruin the instability and maybe make it so we don't get supercells and stuff. Now, that may not happen exactly like that. We could not have, or the capping could stay around for longer, and that would actually be good it won't be good because it'll mean potential for more severe weather later in the day when the capping actually melts. Yeah, we can see if the capping erodes too early, then we could see too much convection, which could favor more of a linear storm mode or a messy storm mode. So that's kind of what we have going on for Thursday. That's the main limiting risk for Thursday. And I'll just kind of talk about what we could see in a few days. So this is our storm system that's going to be bringing, this is our first one that's bringing some severe weather today. It's going to be swinging up into the Midwest. By tomorrow morning, we're going to have some snow maybe for northeastern Minnesota. Then our second one ejects. And we see very strong low pressure with this. 995 millibars goes right to the north of Memphis, which that's pretty significant for Memphis. And that goes to the northeast, bringing a lot of heavy rain. Luckily, it is moving kind of quickly, so that will help reduce the flooding risk. But nevertheless, a lot of heavy rain with that. And a lot of strong gusty winds as it goes into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, and even into the northeast with that. And now our next potential maybe severe weather event will be this weekend. I'm kind of watching this for maybe the south again. We have two pretty weak lows. Now, Saturday, I'd say it looks the most interesting, kind of in this area, pretty much the south. And we go out to Sunday. Sunday looks more interesting for the south because we have this large cold front here. And we're going to have southerly winds of a lot of instability. Or not a lot, but maybe a decent amount of it. Could have maybe some severe weather in this area right here. It's kind of the area I'm watching. And see, the GFS indicates maybe kind of a linear line of storms right there. But yeah, that wraps this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow. But yes, goodbye.